All right, so we're back. Sorry about that breaking transmission. We are back. We're back. All right. So if you have been following, we've been talking about the 7 masteries that everybody who is a multi-level marketer needs to develop. We started by talking about visioneering. The second thing we talked about was about the ability to communicate effectively, which is important. The third thing that we're talking about is the ability to lead. Okay, very to lead. And then we're discussing selling. We said selling is a very important skill that you want to learn. Selling at a very broad scale. So I said that selling is the transfer of enthusiasm. Selling is the transfer of enthusiasm, that is transferring the passion that you have about your product, about your service. But selling, beyond just being the transfer of enthusiasm, selling is also getting your customers to see value in the product or service you are rendering, to see value. Like I've been saying repeatedly, stop telling, start showing. And I'm going to help you understand that. But this is another very important definition of selling. Selling is getting customers to purchase, or prospects to purchase your products or service at the price you are offering. So selling is effective negotiation. And that's what selling is. Selling is important. You need to master selling. You need to master selling, because no success, you won't achieve any incredible success until you are good at selling your product, at pitching. We're all selling at some point. We are trying to sell ourselves to our husbands in a way that is right. When we get into that car, that good car, we're trying to give people an impression. We're trying to sell our ideas, our philosophies. Selling is an ongoing thing. Life is a huge marketplace. You are either buying or you're selling. You're either influencing or you're doing. Wow, we're having so much network issues, but we'll be good. So I like this part about selling. Selling is first learning. One of the things I noticed about multi-level marketers is that whenever they come to me, I have a lot of people come to me to tell me about different one opportunity after the other. This opportunity, and all they seem to be doing is they just want to present. They just want to tell me about their product, or tell me about their how good their company is. They just tell me about long. They keep telling. And because they're telling me, and a lot of people are also telling me, it's a put off. I can just imagine how many other people have that issue. It's a put off. All right, what do they want? This is not good. What do your customers really want? That's the first thing you should be doing. You say, oh, when you join Language, you're going to get a car. When you join Language, not everybody wants a car. Not everybody is tripped by cars. Some people have good cars already. But when you join Language, you're going to travel from here to there. People already do their own travels. People have companies. The companies they work for put them on trips and give them extra cash. When you join Language, you're going to get new ranks. People already have that experiences in their workplace. So you have to ask first. The greatest question, one of the best questions you can ask is, as a networker, is, what do you really want? Find out from the prospect what he really wants. So we say selling is learning. You learn about that customer. You learn about that customer. It's very important that you learn. So the second skill that you want to develop in 2020, or rather the third, is it the third or the fourth? The fourth skill that you want to develop in 2021 is that you want to learn how to sell. So let's go over the 4 things, so that for those of you just joining us. Number 1, the first skill is that you must have visioneering. The second most important skill that you want to have is not just have vision, you also want to have the ability to communicate that vision. The ability to communicate the vision. The third thing that you want to have going for you is you want to be able to lead effectively. And then we talked just about the fourth one. The fourth one is your ability to sell. So that's the fourth skill that every networker must have. What's the fifth skill? what's the fifth skill that the networker must have, to grow? The fifth skill is financial intelligence. The fifth skill is develop financial mastery. And that's one thing that a lot of networkers have going for them. So if you are here and you're watching and you have not set a goal for yourself to develop certain levels of financial intelligence, that will not be good for you. What is financial intelligence? For those of you who attend the class, we said that financial intelligence is your ability to make money, manage money, and multiply money. You must know how to make money, you must know how to multiply money, and then you must also know how to manage money. But we also went on to say that financial intelligence is the ability to preserve the money that you've made and then pass on the money that you have made. So making money is easy. For a networker, you are doing a fantastic business and you can make money. If you are smart, if you offer value, if you create value, if you add value, if you sell, you make money. Now, let me talk about one of the things that I notice that people don't do, which is so sad, is that a lot of people who are in the network marketing business don't know how to manage money. One of those days I was talking to a top networker, I think in language, and I had this conversation with her. She told me that between 2015, when she joined the business, and 2020, she had made not less than 400 million naira. 400 million naira from the network marketing business, from her language business. That is her weekly income, all of the bonuses. In fact, she was even saying that is the money she can remember, that she receives a lot of bonuses. That's different from the cars that she received, the cash, but she had received into her own account, paid directly by Language, and by the way, Language is a fantastic business, 400 million naira in 5 years. That's an average of about 70 million naira every year. Who earns that? Huge money. So I asked her a question. I said, okay, can you, aside the cars and the house that you have, what else can you say that you have done? Do you have a plan for your retirement? He said, well, that she has invested all her money back into Language. I said, that's not a bad idea. But do you have certain amount of money that you have kept for retirement? She couldn't give me a figure. She now said, yes, she has done that. I said, how much? She couldn't really give me a figure. And I went on to ask her, do you have money for insurance? Do you have insurance, an insurance plan for your life, and insurance plans for maybe your children and so on? She couldn't give me an answer. I asked her, okay, so how much, out of this 400 million, can you really mention, if I tell you to bring out bulk 20 million naira, saved, do you have up to 20 million naira or even 30 million naira saved, perhaps in a fixed deposit that is untouched? She couldn't give me an answer. I said, wow, have you kept any money for retirement? She couldn't give me an answer. She had received so much money. Of course, she was driving cars. She had cars. She had a good house, but she was still not financially intelligent, or not enough. Because you see, it's one thing to make money, and people can make money, but it's a different ball game to manage money. And the true measure of wealth is not in how much money you have, but in the length, in the duration that money stays with you. So wealth is measured in duration, not in amount. So you can make so much money and still not be financially intelligent. We've heard of people who are networkers who rose to the highest rank, who made so much money in the hundreds of millions, but they are broke. They are starting again. Why? They knew how to make the money. They know how to build teams. They know how to sell, to persuade, to influence, and to build huge teams and have huge networks and make money, but they didn't have the intelligence of managing money. And you see, this financial intelligence we're talking about here, which is a skill that you must have, doesn't start when you have all the money in the world. Doesn't start when you're like SD Oluchi. Doesn't start when you're like SD3 Numfon. Doesn't start when you're like SD3 Itoro. It starts now. Those little monies you receive, those little weekly income, what are you doing? Are you splitting the money? Are you planning for investment? Are you having money saved aside? Are you reinvesting part of that money into your language business? How are you apportioning the monies that you have? financial intelligence is not just your ability to make money, it's also your ability to manage money. And so we think of things like overcoming Parkinson's law. You see, when you make so much money on a regular basis, one of the things that happens to you is that people begin to come around you. One uncle that has not been calling you for a while shows up and calls you, wants to get money from you, and then before you know, that little money you have is gone. You know, money has an aroma, it has a smell. Before you know it, that money is gone. We call it the Parkinson's law. It says that expenses rise to meet income. Expenses rise to meet income. All right. So one of the ways to manage money is to overcome Parkinson's law, not to allow expenses, your expenses, whatever expenses come your way, to override or overshadow your income. Another way to manage money is to have the culture of saving. So when you make money from your language business, when you have savings, you have set aside some money. Partly you save for investment, you save for upgrade. Tomorrow you feel, okay, I want to upgrade to maybe platinum, from gold to platinum. I want to upgrade from platinum to VIP, you know, whatever stage you want to go to, because you have been saving from the income. It's easy for you to upgrade. Another reason why, another way to manage money is to budget. But when money comes in your way, you apportion monies appropriately. That's what we mean by budgeting. These are skills. These are financial management skills. Another financial management skill is to buy in bulk. That culture of buying in bulk. You know, wealthy people buy cheap, and to buy cheap, buy in bulk, and they sell high. Another thing that you must learn to do is to convert liquidity to assets. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, one of the things we enjoy in language is that we have cash flow. There's always money coming. Every week we get paid. This week I received a lot from language. I'm excited. We have cash flow. Some people have 100,000 weekly. Some people have 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000. Some people have 1 million on a weekly basis. Some people have 20 million. I know people who earn 12 million on a weekly basis. Fantastic. That is cash flow. That is money coming regularly. What do you have to convert those liquidity into tangible assets. You have to learn this, so that when you make this money, you start thinking, okay, how do we have more properties? Do we invest in stocks? Do we invest in fixed deposit? Do we invest in annuities? Do we invest in hedge funds? Do we invest in cryptocurrency? How do we diversify our funds? As money comes in, how do we diversify? So that is part of financial management, and it's part of financial intelligence, which is a skill that you must have. Don't be like those network marketers that have so much money, who receive money and then they cannot really account for it. You know, that lady I told you about, I had to sit down and say, madam, I know that you make money. If it's making money, I give you thumbs up. You are a guru, you are this. But it's like you don't seem to know how to manage your money. You don't know how to manage your money. So let us show you the disciplines of financial management. And I'm happy that she sat down and began to take classes and began to learn, began to reorient herself. And today she's doing better as a networker and as a financially intelligent person. Another thing you want to do as part of financial intelligence, which is the fifth skill that I'm talking about, is your accounting. You keep records of all, you keep records, you keep stock, you keep receipts. It's a culture. It's a culture of financial intelligence. You need to be accountable and also try to reduce your debts. Now, so financial intelligence is so important. And for those of you who came to the class, we talked about it at length. Because in 2021, what will help you move from where you are to the next level is financial intelligence. You don't need more money, you need more intelligence. You need more intelligence. You'll be able to make much progress that way. We gave a formula. Can you remember that formula? Were you in class? If you're in class, just do the chart. That's on, I think it was on the, I can't remember, was it 6th of January when we had that class? Well, that class where we talked about money and so on, and all of these things I'm sharing now. So you can go back and just write, okay, I was in that class. All right, so we said that your income, when you subtract your income from your expenses and you have a zero, when you subtract all of your income from your expenses, you have zero, it means you're broke. What that means is that you have to keep records of your income. All the monies you receive from language, from your salary, from your business, you want to keep records of it. And you also want to keep records of your expenses. And if you have a zero sign at the end of that subtraction, it means that you're broke. If you subtract your expenses from your income and you have a negative sign, it means that you're in debt. If you subtract your expenses from your income and you have a positive sign, that is your financial network. We talked about that last time. So please, if there's any goal you want to set for yourself in 2021, that goal is, how do I grow myself to be more financially intelligent? How do I grow? Okay, so I need to increase my income. Language, for me to increase my income in language, I need to develop my leadership capacities. I need to sell some more. I need to sell some more to increase income. I have to reduce my expenses. That is financial intelligence. Another thing I want to do to become financially intelligent in 2021 is I want to increase my assets. So sit down right now, maybe after this class, sit down, make a list. All your assets. What are assets? Assets are anything you possess that brings money. So your language business and assets. So you put that. Do you have other assets? Do you have equipment? Do you have an intellectual property? Do you have other assets that brings in money on a regular, whether weekly, monthly basis? You want to list out your assets. Anything that has high exchange value, anything that can give you fame and fortune. Do you have assets? Do you also have liabilities? What are your liabilities? And when you subtract your assets from your liabilities, what you have is your net worth. Please, I beg of you, this is very, very important. You can be in a very good business and make a lot of money from this business and yet still be a financial illiterate. That will not be your portion. So the next skill, and that's the fourth skill that you need to develop, that you need to have, that all top performers, all top people have, is called goal setting and activity management. The ability to set goals and manage your activities. So let's review so that for those of you following. The first skill is visioneering, converting thoughts to things. The second skill is communication, the ability to negotiate and persuade, the ability to connect, cast, and convince. That's the second thing. The third skill that you need to have is selling, the ability to sell, to transfer enthusiasm, to show and not just tell, to help people see the value in your product, in your business, in your company. All right, that's the third thing. The fourth one is, we talked about leadership. Leadership also means influencing people, duplicating your efforts and multiplying your results through the leverage of teamwork. We said that, right? And then the fifth thing is financial intelligence, your ability to make money, to manage money, to multiply money, to preserve the money you have, and then to pass it on to the next person. And the sixth one is what we're talking about now, goal setting and activity management. Now, here's what you're supposed to do. You need to have a diary. Where's my diary? My diary is somewhere there. You need to have a diary. Have a list of things. Every day you wake up in the morning, have a list of things you do. Productive people have a list of things they do on a daily basis. How can you wake up in the morning as a networker, you don't have calls to make? You don't have a list of people to call. How dare you do that? You should have a list of people to call. At least 20 or 30 in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, you should have 30 people. Load up your phone and begin to call. Every top networker that I know, he wakes up in the morning and is making the calls. He's making the calls. He's calling people. He's calling warm prospects and he's calling cold prospects. What are warm prospects? Warm prospects are people that you're familiar with, your friends, your families, your colleagues, your church members. You're calling them. You're making the calls. You're calling them. You must call them. Call your friends. Call your colleagues. Make sure that you've called everybody in your contact. Let me tell you why that's important. So that it can be a witness. It can be evidence that when you joined Language, when you joined your business, you told them about the opportunities. You told them tomorrow, you didn't carry us along. You didn't tell us, but I called you. But I spoke with you. I told you about the opportunity. Make sure that you call your friends, your colleagues, people that are in your warm circle. Is very important. Then from there, you go to your cold prospects. Your cold prospects are people who are not in your circle, who you don't know, who are strangers, but you see, your biggest market potential, your biggest growth will be in your cold prospects. Now, if you go to your cold prospect directly, one of the challenges you might have will be rejection, quick rejection. But the fastest and the easiest way to go about that is to first reach out to your warm prospect, talk to them strong enough and let them to give you referrals. So a referral from a warm prospect will lead you to a cold prospect, and that is easy. So it's very, very important that you make a list of the people you want to call on a daily basis. Daily basis, weekly basis, have a target number of people that you want to talk about. Now, marketing research has it that if you talk to 10 people, one person will say yes. That is in traditional marketing. In network marketing, if you're going to get one person to say yes, you have to talk to at least 20 people. You do much more work. Why? Because you see, at the end of the day, traditional marketing is transactional, network marketing is relational. Traditional marketing is transactional, network marketing is relational. It's beyond transaction. There is a relationship part of it. You don't just want the person to buy your product. You want the person to join you, to follow you, to become a leader, to also do stuff. So you're going the extra mile, and that's why you have to talk to at least 20 persons to get one yes. And sometimes you have to talk to that person 7 times before the person says yes. It's not easy to raise leaders, all right? And that's why network marketing is a very powerful business. So make a list of people that you want to talk to, from your warm prospect to your cold prospect. Does that make sense to you? Have a to-do list. That's goal setting management. I learned this from Brian Tracy. Do you know Brian Tracy? Brian Tracy is a top salesperson, and he also believes in the potency and the power of network marketing. I think he said something very striking somewhere. He said that network marketing, let me see if I can get that quote. He said something that was so striking. He said the future of network marketing is unlimited. This is Brian Tracy now. Do you know Brian Tracy? Author of many books. You can actually Google him up. The future of network marketing is unlimited. There is no end in sight. It will continue to grow because better people are getting into it. Soon it will be the most respected business method in the world. Can you imagine that? That man is 70 years old and he's saying that the future is network marketing. And this is what he taught us about goals. He has a book called Goals. It's an amazing book. I encourage you to get it too. And he says that the key to effective living, the key to productive living, he taught that same thing with this lady, Mary Kay. Mary Kay also taught that same philosophy. Is to every day when you wake up, make a list of at least 6 things you want to do. 6 very important things that you want to do in the morning, in the day, for the day. 6 important things. Make sure that you list them. And then the next thing you're going to do is that after you've listed those things, you're going to look at those 6 things again and prioritize them. You're going to ask yourself the question, which of these 6 things should be truly number 1? At the end, if you think well enough, you suddenly realize that, maybe number 6 should be my number 1 based on priority. So you write again, you rewrite that goal and say, okay, my number 6 is my number 1. My number 6 is my number 1. You look at that thing again and say, okay, maybe my number 4 should be my number 2. So after you have listed all your goals, you can rearrange them in order of priority. Okay, that is a way to go. And the next thing you're going to do is that you take the rearranged priority list or the rearranged to-do list and follow them accordingly. You don't go to number 2 unless you're done with number 1. You don't go to number 3 unless you're done with number 2. You don't go to number 4 unless you're done with number 3. At the end of the day, you tick. That gives you a sense of accomplishment. That gives you a sense of accomplishment. You tick number of persons you wanted to call, places you want to go to. And then if you have any carryovers, maybe you couldn't finish 5 and 6, you carry it over to the next day. By the next day, your 5 and your 6 should be your number 1 and number 2. If you do this for 1 year, the kind of results you will get in your life will astonish you. It's called activity management, the ability to manage your activities. The reason why you're not succeeding is because you are not managing your activities. You are doing minor things actively. You're doing minor when you should be doing major things actively. You're focusing on minor instead of major. So by the time you prioritize, you rearrange and focus your energy, that person you're supposed to call that can give you stockist points, that can become a stockist, that can give you platinum registration. Those are the persons you should be calling. Meaning you're calling 10,500 naira people. You're focused on what that can give you 10,500 naira. No, sir. No, ma. Focus on the major, and you'll succeed. So, goal setting and activity manager. I ask you today, what is your weekly targets? What is your monthly PV? Target for your team, for yourself. How many books do you want to read in a month? Because it's part of growth, it's personal development. So I set goals myself. Okay, I want to read this number of books. How many books do you want to read? Put it and make a list of them and focus. So goal setting and activity management is the number 6 most important skill every network marketer must have. Dr. Mike Murdock says that, he says, success is all about goal setting. The rest is commentary. Let me shock you. You don't know how determined you can be until you have a specific goal. You will never know how determined you can be until you have a specific goal. When you have a specific target, you don't know how determined you can be. The reason why you are afraid, the reason why you are depressed is because you're focusing on your obstacles and you're not focusing on your goals. When your goals are clear and sharp and precise, trust me on this, friends, you will forget your obstacles. You will look away from your obstacles and then you will achieve your goals. Goal setting and activity management. Let's go to the seventh most important skill, and perhaps we might call it a wrap there today. The seventh most important skill that you must have as a network marketer. You must have the seventh most important skill is emotional mastery, emotional intelligence. We talked about financial intelligence. Now this is emotional intelligence, the ability to manage your emotions. Manage your emotions, because you see, as you engage, one of the things you're going to face is rejection. People will tell you no. People will tell you no. People will say no, I'm not interested. No, the ability to handle rejection, to understand that rejection is part of the sales process, is very key. It's a skill. Working with difficult people, if you're not ready to take nonsense from people, pardon my language, if you're not ready to take shit from people, you cannot succeed in network marketing. You'll see a lot of people telling you all kinds of nonsense. Ability to handle people, to work with people, to manage failure, to manage disappointment, to manage betrayals is a vital skill in network marketing. The ability to manage success, that when you start blowing, when you hammer, when you drive your best of cars, you are still prospecting, you are still making the calls, you are still helping your downlines, is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to handle failure, handle success, manage people, work with people. So those are the 7 skills, 7 very powerful skills, 7 very important skills that you must have as a network marketer. Can we go over them again? I'll go over them one more time. Number 1, visioneering, the ability to see opportunity, jump at it, translate what you see in your head into reality. That's a very key skill. All right. Number 2 skill is communication, to communicate, to connect, to cast, and to convince. Number 3 skill that you need to have is leadership, leading people, influencing people, duplicating your efforts, and through the leverage of teamwork. Leadership being that you're able to effectively match talent with roles. You spot leaders and you match them with roles. That's leadership. That should be number 3. Number 4 is selling, really to transfer enthusiasm, to show and demonstrate your business and not just tell it. Number 5 is financial intelligence, because when you start selling, you start making money. Money will start coming your way. Nyafu, start coming in. What do you do when you have that money? You already know how to make the money because you can sell, but now how to manage the money you've made, for upgrades and for other investments, for expansions and for diversification, and to multiply it, and then also to preserve it, and then to pass it and bequeath it to your next generation. And then that is the 5th one. The 6th one is goal setting and activity management, and of course the last one is emotional intelligence. Did you learn something? So now all of these 7 things that I've mentioned today are so important. They are not just knowledge, they are skills. And so what I want to encourage you to do is go and look for books in these areas. Look for books on vision. Look for books on goals. Look for on goal setting, activity management. Look for books on financial intelligence. Look for books on leadership. Look for books on emotional intelligence. Look for them and start reading. Look for audio materials in that regard. Look out for videos. Go to YouTube, check videos and watch and improve yourself, so that in all of these 7 areas you're going to improve from a scale of 1. You have 1 being poor, 10 being excellent, 5 being average. You can move from let's say right now you're on a 2, but by the time you start reading, following people who are on social media who are excellent, you start improving your capacity and you improve yourself. Trust me, if you can improve this in these 7 areas, 2021 will be your year. Forget what you've achieved last time. It's child's play. Trust me, if you can improve in these 7 areas, 2021 will be that year you've been praying for. 2021 will be it. All you simply have to do is just improve on those 7 areas. Forget every other thing. Focus on 7 areas. All right, especially selling. Whether it's selling online or selling offline, there's no time. I'm sure that David Emeyi is a guru on marketing online. Okay, because you see, we've gotten to the era where my brother and my sister, people are doing stuff online. And if you're in the network marketing business and you have not mastered digital marketing, you're in trouble. You will have issues because so many people are online. You can make up your mind, pay for a training, go and look for someone, pay and learn Facebook advertising, learn YouTube advertising, learn Google advertising, learn marketing, learn selling, how to sell online, how to use your Facebook, how to use your Instagram. People are there, nobody will give it to you for free because you make so much money from it. Learn that, because recently yesterday I got some books. I got Grant Cardon's book, The 10X Rule. I got that book yesterday. I got another book, Click and Get Rich. It's on the internet because that's selling. I also got last year I got the book Sell Like Crazy. So crazy, and I'm following them on YouTube. I'm following them on Facebook. I'm watching them. Okay, in our industry, that's this man Eric Worre. I'm following him. I'm watching all these videos. I'm learning from him. Improve in those 7 areas, and you'll be shocked at how much success you're going to achieve in 2021. Now, let me say this to you, friends. I know some of you are watching it now. Some of you will come and watch it. Make sure that you fill this workbook. If you don't have the hard copy of the workbook sent to you, for those of you who paid, you can private chat Nymphon Obon Cornell, as the Nymphon Obon Cornell, and she will send you a soft copy. I can easily send you a soft copy. That soft copy you can print out and use it and fill it. Make sure you fill it. And if you have issues trying to fill it, reach out to me. I'll help you out. And then it comes with an audio. It comes with the 2 audios. The audio is goal setting. It explains how to truly set a goal. So if you don't have the hard copy of this and you want to get it immediately, we can send you a soft copy. We can also send the soft copy of the audio. We can send that to you too, on goals. Very powerful materials. And we also added another material called How to Sell Anything to Anyone. How to sell anything to anyone. So if you are watching this and you are in this group, that means you're supposed to have, if you don't have that audio material to listen to it again and again, I can send it to you. Just reach out to Nymphon Obon Cornell, reach out to me. I'm going to send you that audio, how to sell anything to anyone. And then the next audio you need to have is goals. I'll send them to you. It comes with a workbook. And then I'm also give you a bonus. If for those of you who want the soft copy, I'm also going to give you a bonus, and that bonus will be how to succeed in network marketing, an audio, very powerful audio on how to succeed in network marketing, part 1. If you reach out to me, please do reach out to me. Even if you've gotten the hard copy of it wherever you are, you also need to have the soft copy as a backup, so that in case anything happens to the hard copy, you can have the soft copy as a backup. So reach out to me and I'll send these materials to you. I thank you for listening. I'm sure that you have questions. If you have any question, I don't know, I can't see questions here, but put the questions out on the comment section. I am going to respond to as many questions as I want to respond to. And if you have any comments, or you feel that I said something that wasn't correct and you want to correct it, go ahead. I'm also open to learning. I want to see those comments that you have written out there. Now, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to show us and share with us today, unless there's a question that you want to ask and I'll respond. But that's pretty much what I want to share with you, and I'm sure that you got so much value. The beautiful thing about Facebook is that Facebook has recorded this. So the first video I did before we paused has been recorded and is on this platform. You may not fully understand what I said at first hearing. When you go over it, you get to see the value that was in the first video, and then you can go on to listen to this one again. My attitude to learning is I don't watch videos, I don't watch YouTube videos without my notepad and my writing pen. I'm always with my writing pen taking down notes, because words that come out for this kind of sessions matter. So I take down a lot of notes. I write down ideas and I can develop on those ideas. So I want you to listen to the videos again and again and again. Repetition is a principle for a lasting impression. So listen to it again until you fully understand that you need to master seven skills. You need to master 7 skills in 2021. And by just doing that, you become like Oluchi, or become like our upline, just by mastering leadership. Just becoming a better leader, knowing how to become a better leader, going back to your old prospect and building your team, identifying team leaders and building them and investing in them, empowering them and reaching out to them. Just by doing that, it can quadruple your success, can multiply your success. By understanding the concept of selling, how that you must always be having sales target and selling, by managing and prioritizing your activities. Wow, what a success you will be in 2020. By communicating more effectively. And by the way, on the 25th of this month, on the 25th of January, I don't know what you'll be doing, 25th of January, I'll be having a 3-hour Zoom class, 3 hours. 3 hours intensive training on sales. Now, I'll be teaching network. I will not be teaching sales. I'll be teaching digital marketing also. I'll be adding that as a part. I'll bring some resource person. I'll also be teaching how I did, because you see, I learned digital marketing. And then what happened to me? In 2019, I took a program. I got all my members of staff. I run a training program. I got all my members of staff to learn digital marketing. We sat down, we paid money, and we learned digital marketing. It cost us a lot of money. And so we took all of my products, my video products, my ebooks, my audios, we took them from offline to online. And just by doing that, and then we started doing massive Facebook advertising. For example, in my company, I do like 50K, 60K, 70K weekly on advertising my products, my training, my courses. Like as we speak right now, there are adverts running from the beginning of the week. We start putting massive monies into Facebook advertising. One of the things we want to do this year as our goal is start doing a lot of YouTube advertising and Google advertising. All right, so we did that, and just by doing that, when we do 50K advertising, we can do as much as 500K, 500,000 naira in ROI, return on investments. Just by putting 50K into Facebook advertising, we got 500,000 naira return. When people call us every day, you're making like 100K a day, 100K from selling my product. I'm like, wow. Just by moving my products from offline to online, look at that. We learned the technology. We learned how to use email, do email marketing, collect data and send mails. We learned how to do WhatsApp trainings, do Telegram trainings, how to do Facebook trainings, and how to monetize it, because a lot of people do free trainings. We learned how to transition from not just doing free trainings to paid trainings, and to get people to pay us for the value that we offer. Just by learning, we learned digital marketing. I took a course. I have a secretary and a few persons who work with me. We take the course. I also joined. I paid money and also learned how to transition. We gradually transitioned our business from offline to online. Just by doing that, just by learning that, we didn't make our goal of 100 million naira in a year, but we made so much money. I mean, we did 10 times our revenue. We did 10 times our revenue in 2020 than we did in 2019. So whatever we did in 2019, we now did 10 times. We didn't hit our target, but we did 10 times because we added the internet. The internet comes with leverage. Now the beautiful thing, and we learned digital marketing. The beautiful thing is that by adding digital marketing, or by adding sales, online sales, into your network marketing knowledge, you're giving yourself massive leverage, because the network marketing already has leverage. It already makes you successful. Now you now add digital marketing, you now master Facebook advertising, you now master Google ads, you now master YouTube, you know how to use your Zoom, you know how to run, you know how to do prospecting, or you know how to automate your system, your sales system, such that whether or not you are available, you have a video of your compensation plan done by you, up online in you have a website, or you have a sales funnel, you have a sales page done by you, and then people can watch it, and you collect their emails, you collect their phone numbers, and then anytime anybody comes, you're collecting data, and then there's a follow-up autoresponder that responds to them, answers that question, invite them for Zoom meetings, invite them for WhatsApp meetings, on and on, every day, 24 hours, 24/7. So you don't have to be there. So just you can think along those lines. Just by doing that, you quadruple, your network marketing business to the next level. Whatever our leaders are making without digital marketing is child's play. Just by adding digital marketing into the mix, they will quadruple their sales. And so what you want to learn, set it as a goal to master digital marketing, as in take a course on digital marketing in 2021 and see, that's part of learning sales, and see how successful you turn out to be. Trust me, you will smash your goals. You will smash your goals. And for those of you who are afraid of one-on-one presentation, what this digital marketing enables you to do, you don't have to see the people that you market, because you can do videos and you have all of the resources and the materials done already and automated, so that those things are answering the questions for the prospect. Those materials are, giving them all the information they need, collecting data, following up on them without you being present. You can now focus on your offline business or your offline business, network marketing business, while that is running. Start thinking along those lines. That also is leadership, all right? So if you learn 7 things in 2021, you will succeed beyond your wildest dreams. So I'm glad that you allowed me to come into your space. On the 25th of this month, I'm having a powerful seminar called Meeting Your Sales Target, 3 hours Zoom live training, where I'll break down sales step by step into digital marketing. We'll go into digital marketing, and I'll be teaching that extensively. If you want a part of it, it's going to cost money. It's going to cost I think it's 2,500 naira, about $14 or so. 2,500 naira. That's what we're charging for that meeting sales target. If you don't pay for me, if you're not paying for my course, go and look for a place and pay so they can pay attention, so you can get real value. Look for courses on sales, on digital marketing, and pay. There's one on the 25th. There's a Zoom class. You just need to reach out to me, and then we'll show you how to get and you can master sales. Also, we have something, I told you, the one skill that you need to learn as a network marketer is public speaking. On the 31st of January, I'm also doing a paid training for strictly networkers on how to pitch and how to persuade, how to negotiate, and how to sell. You can also reach out to me and know what to do, or reach out to Infon and learn how to do. Thank you guys for having me today. God bless you. I had to stay back in the office to do this, and I'm sure that you got value. I'll see you some other time. God bless you.